Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Alliance Block. So let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So, to me, I think that this is probably one of the most oversold assets within this space right now. The reason why it really kind of dropped so much is because of the lack of liquidity. It's not on major tier 1 exchanges or anything like that, so there's really not a large amount of liquidity for this token. As you guys do see, like the volume on it is only $480,000. This thing literally has a market cap of $11.6 million. And I do think that we can come down a little bit lower. As you guys do see, like here, there's a few targets back here that we're actually kind of eyeing. I know that on CoinMarketCap, it's really not shown you guys the price action that we could actually go down to. I do have a chart open over here that we're going to be showing and really kind of talking about this. But I don't know if they have like, so yeah, I don't think that they have like any of like the vested seed rounds or anything like that for Alliance Block, but we have been seeing some accumulation happening. As you guys do see, like some active addresses piling up a little bit here. For the most part, in the last 3 months, we've been seeing some slow growth here, but nothing too crazy. I would say like just the lack of liquidity has been really pushing Alliance Block down more significantly compared to other altcoins during these major drops within this market currently, and the sentiment around this market is pretty rough. In terms of the volume percentage, as you guys do see, like a large amount of the volume is coming from KuCoin, and then it's coming from a decentralized exchange, aka Uniswap, and like PancakeSwap and stuff like that. So like a large amount of the volume is really just coming from either KuCoin or Uniswap. This is why, like I say, like you need to pay attention to a large amount of these tokens that are not listed on major exchanges just yet, because these will get massively oversold in like bear markets and things like that. So with that in mind, fundamentals do not change during bear markets, just the prices do. And let's dive in and let's talk about this. So yesterday I did make a tweet saying, actually can't believe how low Alliance Block is. This is mainly due to the lack of liquidity since it's not on major exchanges, combined with market sentiment equals and then down. And I said, probably one of the most oversold utility gems. I expect this one to easily be a 100x opportunity once we bottom out. Now, where is our bottom within this market? Well, I am recording this a little bit ahead of time, and yes, we do have the FOMC meeting today. I do believe that that is going to actually push the market down a little bit more, and we will see that last major capitulation leg put in place on Bitcoin, similar to what we did see during March of 2020. Now, with that in mind, and with the current price action in mind as well, like Bitcoin looks pretty weak here. Is it oversold? Sure, it is. But when we talk about like even March of 2020, we had like some major capitulation wicks all the way down to like roughly almost $3,000. So when we talk about Bitcoin, I do believe that we could break down below $20,000 and eye the roughly 16.5K to even like 14K. With that in mind, like on Alliance Block, I have this like buy range down here. And by the way, within this, I would say like, it doesn't hurt to average in a little bit if you want to. As you guys do see, like even if we test back all the way to like the, this is like roughly like the November 2020 candle, you're looking at like a 14% drop. But I'm actually eyeing these levels down here, which is the October of 2020. This is a scam wick, if you will, sure. But I'm really kind of eyeing that range. If we can get down to like 3 cents, huge opportunity. Massive opportunity, actually. I mean, if you look at the upside potential on this, from 3 cents to the all-time high, you're looking at roughly a 44x opportunity. Now, the reason why I say that this could do a 100x opportunity run is because at 100x, roughly, we'd be at like almost $3. Again, mind you, on Alliance Block, the overall. So first off, like if you're talking about like the total supply, we'll just take into accountability the total supply. You're looking at like a $3 billion market cap for Alliance Block, which is extremely conservative for what Alliance Block is actually doing. But even the circulating supply and stuff, like there is staking opportunities and things like that on Alliance Block. So a large amount of the supply is actually being utilized by use cases on Alliance Block. I've outlined this on my other ALBT videos. I do think that this could easily be, a 100x opportunity. I mean, just think like from the all-time high that we did put in place back in September, that all-time high to, that run would be about 129 extra percentage run of, that all-time high. So again, I think that that's a pretty conservative range, and I definitely eyeing this area down here. It's like roughly like almost 2.5 cents to like 3 cents. I know that this could be max pain. We could even bottom out like I think like around like the 4 cent zone. I think like 4.5 cents could possibly be a nice DCA area. But if we are talking about Bitcoin running down to like roughly 16.5K to like 14K, if we could have Bitcoin dominance kind of rise a little bit while it does start to drop, we could be seeing some nice fat discounts across the board for some altcoins. And right now on the 24-hour span, some altcoins are, doing a little bit of a nice, jump out, but honestly, for the most part, like it's just looking like this max sell-off happening within, altcoins. On the 7-day span, you guys do see like 40+% drops along the board. And honestly, like even the market cap right now is $861 billion. It's insane to me where we are. Now let's talk a little bit about AOBT and why I do think that this could do 100x. So first off, like I said, utility gem. They are continuously building. We do see here along the start of the Alliance Block, decentralized exchange stage release. We've also released our decentralized, exchange bug bounty. Report bugs through the user block widget on the website. Find the already reported bugs in the link below. And yeah, they launched their decentralized exchange. Swap or add liquidity all from your phone. We are also launching the mainnet bug bounty program. And this is basically like any decentralized exchange similar to like Uniswap, for an example. A large amount of the use cases that Alliance Block has been launching is just kind of centered around like, for an example, like traditional finance and decentralized finance. It's basically just a bridge between the both, which I've talked about a little bit in the past as well. But we're kind of going to go in depth on that here shortly. I'm just kind of showing you guys the updates that we've recently seen. Like they're continuously building and developing is basically what I'm trying to show you guys here. Followed by, of course, we do see are very excited to be at, Plug and Play TCHQ, Silicon Valley. No Mercy program is ahead of us with a lot of corporates and startups. Can you spot Alliance Block logo? And here we have, a large amount of companies. Don't know why this is taking forever to load, but as you guys do see, like, you see like Pfizer, BIC. There's a ton of other like companies here, as you guys do see, like Toyota's here, Nike. But let's try to find Alliance Block real, quick. Can you guys spot it? Honestly, I cannot find it right now, but it's also like 6 in the morning, and I haven't slept, so I might just be blind right now. But let me know where you guys found it. Let me know if you guys did find it. I actually just found it. It's right there under Mosaic. But yeah, when we talk about a large amount of these companies and these corporate partners, having Alliance Block next to all these major names really kind of solidifies where Alliance Block is actually, positioned. And like I said, a large amount of the assets within this market will disappear. A large amount of them are scams and blatant rug pulls. But something like Alliance Block, to me, I just feel like after doing research on Alliance Block for over a year now, I do trust this, project. I think that what they are building, what they are trying to focus on is something pretty significant. And of course, you guys do see like Alliance Block seamlessly, brings DeFi and traditional finance together. The future of finance is an integrated system in which the best of both worlds can work together to increase capital flows and technological innovation. We're making, that a reality. And of course, you guys can, do a deep dive on the tokenomics and stuff like that. I've already done that. But you could also see it like in the media, blockchain protocol Alliance Block wants to be your DeFi ecosystem. Yeah, it's basically, like here are some of the breakdowns on this. Like here's enter the future of investment banking. It's basically just focused around like decentralized finance and central or traditional finance. We do see around the world, regulated financial entities are looking at entering DeFi markets and tools. We are creating Make That a Reality, already utilized by some of the biggest names in DeFi. The Alliance Block technology, solutions and product suite are solving real-world challenges in the industry, such as interoperability, compliance, and access to liquidity. Discover the Alliance Block protocol. Our products and solutions are divided into 3 layers, each serving a specific need in DeFi: the DeFi layer, the data layer, and the regulatory and compliance layer. Honestly, very excited for Alliance Block to continue to build out. I think that this is a very, very, and I really do say like very early project, because you got to remember we don't have regulatory clarity around this space. So something like this, what they are building, which is really kind of focused on like regulatory compliance in general for like cross-border payments and stuff like that. This is going to be a project that I could see being utilized within a large amount of areas around this market. I mean, for an example, like, you look at some of their use cases, right? Simplifying cross-border activity, regulated digital asset offering, compliant decentralized open finance solution, fund distribution, regulated, digitized derivatives, compliance P2P lending for institutional clients. Like, this is focused on the big money. Like, this is a huge, money asset, if you will. Their ecosystem is continuously growing as well. Like, they have a large ecosystem. They have a ton. Like, you can look through all of like their partners that they have. I've talked to you guys about a few of their partners. Like, for an example, they are partnered with Quant. They are also focused. I wish that they had it still on their homepage. They used to have like a partner breakdown. Don't know if they have it like down here or anything like that. But oh, so here we have it. Yeah. So here's Quant. They have a few other ones, like API 3 is a pretty big name, London Stock Exchange, obviously, Chainlink, which I told you guys about Chainlink multiple times, huge, opportunity there as well. Unido, Unizin, Energy Web Token as well, Polygon, Hedera Hashgraph. Like, these are some of the larger names that I'm also invested into. That really kind of just solidifies my, backing behind this, project itself. And like I said, you can read more about like a lot of their like legal compliance use cases that they have. In terms of like their participants, they do include like financial institutions, data processors, legal and compliance entities, bookkeeping entities, fintech entities. Like, again, large money use cases here, because as you do see, like, here is the Alliance Block protocol. This is for DeFi, legal and compliance, traditional finance, capital, fintech providers, and this is all built around like all of these major use cases. Like, these are, at the end of the day, like, we really kind of look at like even Ripple, right? We look at Ripple as like, a major giant in the space because of the partnerships that it does have. But you look at where this market is headed. Like, for an example, like NFTs. I talk to you guys about tokenization all the time, within like real estate, stock markets, things like that. You do see over here like private banks, investment banks, wealth manager, asset manager, stock exchange. Stock exchange is huge. This is going to be bridged between DeFi and traditional finance. I do foresee a day where the stock exchange is also like almost like an NFT marketplace as well. And it's not going to replace the stock market that we have on a traditional basis, but there will be a sector on there similar to like what we do see around like OpenSea, for an example, where you will be able to buy NFTs on a stock exchange, but it's going to be a digitized stock exchange. Like, things happening around this, like, we're going to be seeing tokenization moving into like the traditional financial area. And something like this is 100% needed, because not only do you get the best of both worlds from like DeFi and traditional finance, but you also have like know your customer, anti-money laundering, like everything that we want from a compliance layer, and in terms of like regulatory compliance as well. Like, this is focused on all of that. So again, like, when we focus on why Alliance Block is going to be so huge, I look at this as like the compliance and regulatory giant behind huge use cases that will essentially allow for this entire market to continue to prosper and grow and morph into like a 10 to $100 trillion plus market. And this asset class is growing day in and day out. And use cases and projects like Alliance Block are the ones that you really want to focus on, that are, I would say, building huge use cases that, should be, spotlighted, but just people are overlooking it. And I think that when we talk about like the massive sell-off event that we've had, I mean, so far, if you go off of like the all-time high, to where we are now, you're already at roughly a 96%, down sell-off. So to me, I think that like this is a perfect time to really kind of start DCAing in. You can, buy down if you want, but I'm not going to try to catch a falling knife here. I will wait to see, a nice floor being built, and I will buy a little bit higher if I have to. Maybe, our demand area will start to come in at like around 6 cents. Obviously, that does change the gains significantly, but, again, I still think that there's a huge opportunity here. I mean, even just to like the all-time high, it is a huge opportunity ahead. And yeah, with that in mind, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.